Welcome everybody to Of the Publishing Persuasion. I'm here with my hot mic and my hot co-host, Melanie Schubert. Melanie, how are you today, my goth queen?
Yeah, feeling very goth vibes with my overnight purple, almost purple hair, half
I
purple.
like
She's
it.
still, I bleached my roots and it's very blonde up there right now.
Yes, it's giving like an ombre effect,
Oh, okay, I'll take it. In real life, it's
Yes.
it's not that hot because it's bleached back from my mousy brown hair, so it's like a yellow blonde IRL. Although in some places that's quite the rage.
Yes, I think it's very raging.
You're raging. And I believe I'm just like sitting here on my little high throne, waiting for your formal apology about your mic all these weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I do apologize. Um I watched like on YouTube one of our videos. I think it was the one with Mara actually. So it wasn't that was our most recent one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Okay. And during the interview, I was very quiet, I believe. My mic was quiet. And luckily it was just an interview, so it was fine, like you said. However, the difference was clear once I brought the mic to my freaking face.
girl.
So I apologize. I
Do you know
did
which
not
part you're
realize.
apologizing for? Let me tell you
Ah.
something. Let me tell you something. Now that we're airing the tea about the mic. So what you heard in Mara's, like, because it was, yeah, because in the interviews, it's not as much of a big deal because it's one line here and there. And honestly, that week I was slammed, so I just got it up. What you're apologizing for is the other episodes. Because
I didn't hear
for
them.
maybe like a solid month, since whenever your mic died and you started, I don't know what you've been doing, but in our intros, where we just like banter and stuff, and mine is loud. There's parts that were impossible to edit, but the parts that were very cleanly separate, I was adjusting each part of your voice manually. So it wasn't like a major difference.
Oh
That's the
well.
part that you're apologizing for.
You know what, Melanie? You could have told me about this.
I
You could
told
have
you.
come to me. You could have explained, listen, bitch, I can't hear your ass.
It was duly noted, but this was the first time I properly scolded you. And now
Yes.
you see how bad it was.
Yes. Yes, thank you, mommy, for giving me a
Yes.
spanking. It's true. It's true. The difference was clear, and I formally apologize
Thank you.
for
I
making you
accept.
work twice as hard for no good reason because I could have just moved my mic right to my face and it would have been fixed. So now we know.
And we just want the world to hear your glorious Dolce tones, and especially because I tend
Yes.
to get overexcitable and be like, yeah, which I'm working I'm working on. Listeners, thank you for sticking with
Oh
us. So
yeah.
sometimes I listen to us back and I'm like, oh my God, just shut up, Melanie. Because I get
No,
excited and I'm
yeah.
like, And then when your mic was soft, there was no hearing what you said.
It was just you. Mm. This is what it sounds like. Are you getting my reference right now?
Yeah. When doves cry.
No, bitch.
No?
No. No. It's the only line I know from the song. This is what it sounds like. We just talked about this last night. Na
Oh my
na na.
God. Is that yeah. Golden?
Yes. That's all I had.
Oh yeah. My voice without the lies. This is what it says.
What it sounds like.
Sorry for
Good.
distorting that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. Cause when you started there, just this is what it sounds like. You remember that song?
I mean, I know when doves cry, but I don't think it is there a line in the song.
I don't know now. But you started in an odd place and it threw me. If you started at my voice without the lies, I'd have been there.
Well, I didn't know that line. I only know the one line.
It's not good enough. I've been playing the soundtrack to K-pop Demon Hunters. If you've missed the the
I don't
amazing
know how you
feats
could
of
miss
us.
that reference. I don't know how you'd miss that, but yeah, if you did,
If you
K-pop
missed
Demon
it,
Hunters.
I've literally been listening. Okay, so Netflix dropped like a album of just like a collection of all the songs with like the correlating clips from the movie. And I've just
Oh,
been listening to that anytime I'm not working. I actually started doing a workout to it. I've got this old like cardio video that I've pulled out. It's old, like I don't even know where I found it, but I really like it. It's just 10 minutes. It just gets my blood pumping. And now that I take iron, I can do that. Do
yes,
that. He has
yes.
energy, listeners. Um, Anyway, I didn't mind it. Like I, for some reason, gone back to the same one for years whenever I want to cardio. But I'm like bored of it because I've had the cunt for like 10 years. Just pulled
Is it
cunt.
a DVD or is it like VHS?
It's something I think I downloaded it somehow from YouTube and it's just
Oh,
like the
okay.
tackiest 90s music. It's like do 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 do. Welcome to Keeping Fit Cardio. I know you've hit play now. Let's get started with feet wide apart, strong hands. She's American.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask.
I'm gonna
Okay,
send it to you.
yes.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, I got bored of doing it with her track, and so I've been playing it to K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. It's been great.
Yes, yes. You're my soda pop.
Right?
Did I
That
get
one,
that even
all of
right?
them.
Yes.
It's
They're
just okay.
bangers.
Like, thank you for bringing this up because it is occupying a lot of space in my head right now. It's just been so long since like some new media came across my path that I was that like, I think the world is feeling that with this one. Like, it seems to be a global feeling of just, like, I cried. Did you cry watching
Oh yeah,
it?
I definitely was hiding my face from my children for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was bawling like a child a couple times, like just like ugly sobbing. Phil was just laughing at me because he knows once I get in my feels about a movie, there's just going to be waterworks the whole way. It was just
Yes. Oh, I
so
could easily
good.
watch it again and again. It's so
Same.
good. Yes. It's so creative.
Mm,
And it pulls from Korean lore and it's so beautifully like visual, like the visual
yeah.
appeal is stunning. It has romance in it. It has demons. It has
Yeah.
girls that are badass and they have colorful hair. Like it has everything we love. You know what I mean? Us like
Yeah.
romance girlies were there. Us fantasy girlies were there. Like we were there. Us
K-pop
K-pop
fans,
loving
there.
girls, yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
I saw that I could be wrong, but I feel like it like topped all the songs on Spotify or whatever. Two of those
Yeah.
songs, the way they were I could be misquoting because I just saw it in a reel, but the way it was in the movie where the songs were like fighting for the top and then they topped each
Yes.
other, it like happened. And I don't think there's been like a song like that ever in like Spotify that's competed with like the general music scene.
Wild.
Although people are saying it's like just from a movie, but like there's voices behind that that are like, well, no, like they deserve all the just because they're
Yeah.
not on a stage dancing, but that's their talent, that's their gift, and it's touched us,
So
it's
good.
touched us
It's
all.
touched us in the heart. I think they beat BTS out as well,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Yeah. So just it's just so freaking good. It was like one of those. It was funny because I we were at a family party and my niece who is 11, she was in the house and then all of the big kids suddenly were gone too. So like all the teenagers were in there and I walked by and I'm like, wait, what is this? And my Alicia, my daughter, she was like, oh, you're gonna love this, mom. And then when we got home a couple days later, she was like, we have to watch it. And then Alicia came and sat. My son came and sat. We were like in it. I was just
yeah.
yes,
I feel like
yes,
anyone, any age, it's something in it is gonna resonate with you, just like how raw the characters were as well. Just
yes.
everything. I
It
love
is
that when I
everything.
was like, "Have you seen it?" You're like, of, like, does a bear shit in the woods? You know, you
This
didn't,
is what it sounds like.
you don't know where to go from there.
I don't know either. We'll have to learn the lyrics properly.
We will. Honestly, I'm not going to even pretend I didn't spend like a decent few, like maybe an hour on Temu looking for like cosplay for that stuff because I was like, I want to cosplay as the demons or the girls or both so bad.
Right.
So bad. Like I will find a way to work it into my bookish promo. I want a
You
reason to
should.
do it, you know? I'll be like
Yes.
somehow I'll have to tie it back. But I didn't like the
I know
Timu
you
hat.
can. Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
apologize to hear that. Yeah. That's a shame. No, it's funny because I was just really thinking like the last little bit of Disney movies and like animation, DreamWorks, like for me as a grown woman who has no skin in the game,
Hmm.
but like I feel like that is we've been missing something in these like new like trying out these new storylines.
Mm.
And of course obviously I love Moana. Have you seen Moana?
Yeah, I love Moana.
So good. However, so good. No notes on Moana.
Mm.
But I feel like in this next like generation that it is, and it's beautiful that it's so empowering to young girls,
Mm.
to kids that are watching, but we took out any little hint of romance. And I get it, it's for
Mm.
kids, but even when I was a little girl, I remember like falling in love with Prince Eric and
Yeah.
Naveen and all of these things. So it's like it feels like we Disney has thought we can only have girl empowerment and not romance as well. Where I think
Mm.
that's where we're having a disservice if we can have both. And
Yeah.
why do we have to have one versus the other? Like why can't we also be badass demon hunters
Yeah.
who maybe have a secret while also there's a super hot demon? Like, you
Literally.
know what I mean?
I
Sorry for
know.
spoilers. Sorry for spoilers, but
No, they should have seen it by now. If they haven't, that's on them, you
it's
know?
true. That is true. That is true.
But you're so right. Like
Yeah.
I wish I could remember now. It would have been the perfect time to remember. But I feel like the other day Phil was telling me that Disney actually had like some core people walk away from working with them. And
Oh,
that would make
interesting.
sense, like if they had some disagreement on maybe something like that. I didn't know that that's like, that makes sense now that I think about it, that they were cutting the romance out. But you're so right. Like, it really like does drive lots of us, not all, but lots of us from like a pretty young age. Like, I had the deepest, hardest crushes at like 10, you know?
Oh,
Like
yes.
the
I
most
still.
rabid planning your wedding crushes at 10. And I still thought I was a like Xena warrior princess as well. I agree, you can be both. You
Yes.
shouldn't have to pick one part of your identity and make that everything where your personality try squeeze the like complexity of human life into that one thing.
Yes. Yes. And I feel like that's where we're also doing a disservice for like the younger ones because they are very complex. Children are
Mm.
complex. Adults watching are complex. So it's like we can have these multifaceted
Yeah.
storylines happening all at once. It doesn't have to just be one or the other, like I said. So I think that's why this show has just like
Mm.
skyrocketed. Besides, again, like the really amazing lore and the storytelling and the music. My
Oh
God.
my God, the music
But like the
alone.
romance, the badassery, like it's like every romanticy lover's freaking dream, you know?
Literally. I can't believe you haven't fangirled over more Studio Ghibli because I feel like they kind of it's softer, I guess. This is like more blockbuster. It's a quieter one, but I feel like they do that well. They give you a little hint of a potential romance, like the way it
That's
would
all we
be.
need.
That's all we need.
Yes.
But like it's not necessarily the main thing. The girl characters are always badasses without it, but like you get a little something where you just experience that kind of human like rush, of like, oh,
Yes. No, I that's exactly like we don't need a lot. Just a
Nah,
little, like, get flirt with us a little bit. Give us
just
a
a
little
little
taste,
something.
a little look, a little like little whatever. And that's all we
They,
need. We can go from there, you know?
that's it. They knew what they were doing with those demon boys, is what I'm saying. You know, like they
Yes,
knew.
they did.
That's a proof that anyone of any orientation, any age, any gender can appreciate those demon hunter boys, you know?
That's so true.
Anyway, I'm so glad we're both as obsessed with it. Because yeah, it really is a phenomenal. Like, it's gonna be legendary for all time. It's
Hell
just
yeah.
that one's gonna linger. But while I think
Oh,
of it,
yes.
I did want to draw our attention back to, so our guest today, I do believe that a certain someone blurbed her book.
I did
Now,
indeed.
I want to hear more about this because this is not the first book you've blurbed, and I feel like we've never paused to be like, whoa, Angela Montoya blurbs now. She's a blurbing author, friends. And I want to hear more about it. How many books have you blurbed? Which one's your favorite? No, we know
Yeah.
that. I want to hear more about this process. How has this been happening? When's it been happening? How does it feel?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't remember who like the first book I blurbed was. Maybe it was like a friend's book. Maybe it might have been Jill Two's, maybe.
Maybe.
The Dividing Side. But no, blurbing is like one of these like really cool honors that you I guess never really think about
Mm,
before you become an author, or at least I never did.
yeah.
Um, and so yeah, like once Sinner's Isle came out, I have started slowly been getting asked to read books and blurb them or endorse them. Um, and it's been amazing. I don't know how many I've done at this point.
There's a few.
Like
I've got a few on my
yeah,
shelf with blurbs from you. I feel like, yeah, Jill's. Are you on one of Para's? I shouldn't try guess. I
I
have the
don't think I
worst
am on
memory.
Paris. Yeah,
The worst
I
memory
don't
with
know.
where they are,
Me
but I've
too. Me freaking too. I do too. Like but no, it's really really cool. So I've done quite a few at this
Yeah,
point.
I feel like you have. More than
Yeah,
10, I
and
reckon.
yeah, I think so. And so it's funny because when people ask, "Oh, well, what are you reading right now?" and I'm like, "What the hell am I reading? I know I'm reading something,
Mm.
but it's I'm usually reading a book to blurb, and
Um,
probably can't tell it because I don't know what the rules are when it comes to blurbing. If I'm allowed to say what I'm reading, or
mm.
let the author be the one to announce it. Um, but it's super cool. It's so cool. And just to read people's books and be like, oh my God, they're so good and so
Mm.
talented. I think the hardest part is to do it justice, is to give a good blurb where I'm like, I want to sound smart. I want to sound like
Mm.
love this story and I want to like put in all of my like emphasis on my excitement on this book, but it's really really hard to write a blurb. I can't even write blurbs for my own books. so so it's like
Mm.
a fun challenge though, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and I bet you get better and better as you do it. Like, it sounds like a whole other art form, like writing query letters, because you're right. You essentially like have to summarize the book in a way, or at least summarize your favorite parts somehow, and then yeah, like sound. I don't know. It must be. It probably takes you as long as like a query letter or something these days.
Yeah, it does. It takes me a long time, and I want to get better because I've had a few come in for Carnival Fantastico,
Yeah.
and they're so good, like so well written,
Mm.
where I'm like, oh fuck, I need to step up my blurb game.
Goes on to Google how to blurb.
Right? I'm like,
No,
oh
yours are
shoot, these
beautiful.
notes
I've
are.
read yours. Yours are beautiful. And I think like you have a real way of seeing like to the heart of what people are trying to say with their story. So I think don't compare it to other people who maybe like have one catchy line or something because yours will be your own unique flair. And people obviously love them because she's getting all the requests for more and I live to see it. You did
Yes,
Michaela's as well, right?
I did Michaela's. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
Our
sure
last
I've done more.
It's okay. My brain can't stretch back to much anymore either, to be honest.
Yeah, no. I just like I said, I've done quite a few and
Mm.
they're like back to back continuously. So I feel
Wow.
very, very lucky, honestly, to be asked because it's like, wait a minute, you know who I am? Okay.
Yeah, facts. That's a sleigh and a half. What about how's your YouTube going?
Oh, well.
Oh, you don't wash her hair often enough, huh?
That's the thing. Like I washed my hair. Well, I washed my hair last night, but I washed my hair the other day, and I knew I was like, oh, I should get out there and do it, but I didn't. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I'm gonna do it another day, and I haven't. So it's not going well,
I think it's going well. It's
but
just not going right now.
yeah, yeah. Depending on my mood,
Yeah.
it'll continue to go, or like if I feel like I have something to say, and I do. Like obviously, I need to talk about a bunch of things,
Mm.
but I'll wait. Well, I'll wait until the next hair day, and then I'll give it a
Yeah. I think there's
go.
no rush. Just do it when you feel
Yeah.
like you have the extra time, when you feel inspired, and it will just slowly accumulate. Like it's not, that's the thing, it's not like a
Yes.
social media following. It's just you're creating kind of like a library of your experience, you know?
Precisely. And it's funny because I'm realizing how often I look like a troll. Like I never wear makeup unless I have to. And so I keep thinking like can I just do a YouTube video where I just look like me? I
You
don't know.
should. You should, because honestly, I can't picture that you ever don't look beautiful. I know what you mean though about without makeup, like on camera, it can be very, very harsh.
Yes, I'm like the lighting is telling you the
Oh
truth
my
right now.
God. Literally the other day I did a video and the sun was like it was direct lighting and I was like, oh. I was like, what's wrong with my skin? I was like, my skin looks like somebody like used it to wipe their ass. I don't know, like it was all crumply here and I was like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's so harsh.
get a good backlight, you're gonna feel dewy and but then other times, like that was a moment. But other times I'm like, okay, that's my natural skin. That's what it looks like. And sometimes I do reels with no makeup on. Should give herself a little filter.
Just a little zhuzh, a little something.
At the very least, a little slide of Paris filter. You know that slide of Paris always covers a lot.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Just a little swipe to the left.
Literally.
Yes, yes. But that's what I like. That is one thing I really do love about TikTok is
Mm,
people do not expect you to come on there
really?
at your best. It feels like, I mean, for me, obviously, I'm not a content creator. I mean, this isn't my gig. But for me, like
Mm.
the people I follow and I watch, they're not coming on in their Sunday best. They're just living their life. And if they have something funny to share, whatever, they're just popping it in and out.
Mm.
And so that is one thing I really love about TikTok is it's really authentic.
Mm.
Um, and sure, yeah, you might put a little filter on or whatever you got to do, but it feels very authentic. Where YouTube is fun because I can just yap, but a girl's got to look good. You know, I got to have the hair done and the makeup
You
on,
put
and that
that
is just
pressure. You
I
put that
do.
pressure on yourself. You were like, I'm only going to record when my hair's clean.
Turns out it's not often.
Just put your baseball cap on. People will think you're
Yes.
famous and you can't fully show your face, you know?
That's what I'm gonna do from now on. Yeah, hat on, glasses on. Hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Yeah, well, we're waiting to see it. We're waiting to see you can drop the I need a shower every time facade and just come on in your natural earthy ways, your troll
Yes.
ways.
Yes.
Bring your natural troll out to the
Perfect.
to the surface.
Okay, good. Thank you for the permission. It's coming out. Well, she's never been put back. She's still here. The troll is just thriving. So,
Ah,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
all have our
What have you been
days.
up to this
Girl,
last
just
couple
editing
days?
my butt off with our amazing pieces. Honestly, I just love I am so fucking proud of all our authors. Like, I'm the fangirl of our authors. Like, I love every word. I cackle so hard, even reading them again and again and again. I'm obsessed. Like,
Yes,
like,
I agree.
I know when we did this, we were like hopeful it would be something awesome, but like, it's just all of them are so good, and all of these people I'm so proud to work with. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, it's so freaking cool to see how the manuscripts have changed throughout each revision and just how clever everybody is. It's really, really
Yeah.
fun. I've already been thinking like, okay, well, what are we going to name the next thing?
I
The next
know.
book because it really is so so fun. I mean, obviously it's a lot of work, but in the best way because
Yeah,
it's a blast getting to read these
it
manuscripts.
is. It is. And I really think it has the potential to be something. I was thinking about how something like Vera Valentine's Unhinged went viral and like changed the trajectory of her career. I feel like we have a few Vera Valentines in this. Like, I feel like we have many. If I don't, I say not all because it's different styles, but I feel like there's just so much talent and I feel like it can be something, you know? And obviously we
Hmm.
have the Angela Montoya.
Well, sure. Yes, of
Like,
course. Yeah.
and speaking of the amazing pieces, we're going to do another reading today. So we've
Oh,
got
yeah.
our some favorite paragraphs from the stories we've been editing recently.
Yes.
Now, I saw you
Interesting.
sliding into Lust and Latkes
I
as
sure
well. Is one of your
was.
quotes from
Oh,
there?
of course, you were in there. Were you pulling as well?
I was no, I was just
Okay.
stalking you.
That was like, dang, what? Okay. She's keeping track of me.
Can you imagine if
Um,
I just like opened them all? Like, where is she?
just follow me through the Google Doc. Like, there's that bitch.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
why, but
awesome.
to this day, I get such a kick when I'm in the Google Doc and I see someone pop up, and I'm like, wait, there
Yes.
you are. I don't know why. It's just fun.
Yes. You know what's fun? Like, I remember, and I haven't done it since, but you can chat with people in the dock
Really?
while it's open. Oh my gosh. I have only done it once, and it was with a beta reader. And
Ah.
so she was kind of like, we were just chatting back and forth in the Google Doc. Yeah. It
I
was,
mean, Slay,
uh,
it makes more sense than what I do, which is when I used to see you, I'd start typing in the document, I see you. Do you remember when I used to do that? It's been a while, but you'd be like, bitch, stop messing
yes.
up my lines.
Right? What if, yeah, it's going to be in all of these different, in the project. It's going to be
Yeah.
just Melanie, I see you
Yes,
all over.
Santiago
Yes.
shot a glare at Rosa. I see you.
I see you. See you creeping on me.
I
Okay.
see.
So
Okay,
obviously we are pulling from the same source.
we are.
Okay. I'm
Prob-
curious to see what you pulled. We are both pulling from Lust and Latkes right now.
Yes, by our
Um,
dear friend Gabriel Torres.
indeed, indeed. Okay, well, I'll go first, and I'm curious to see what you're gonna
Please.
pull. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna
I
pull.
don't think
I
you'll
have a
guess
feeling.
either of mine. No,
Oh,
you're not gonna guess.
oh. Okay. Did you pull more than one from this one?
More than
No,
one spot or more than one sentence?
from Gabriel's, or you pulled it from another one as
Another
well.
one, yeah.
Okay,
I did
okay,
Gabriel's and Carey's because they were the last two I did, so it's fresh in my mind.
perfect, perfect, perfect. All
Perfect.
right, let's see. Where did I? Okay. He reaches into his tote and pulls out a small bottle of lube. I stop kissing him for a moment and laugh. Have you had that with you all day? You never know when you'll need it, he replies with the same devilish grin on his face. Quickly, Mateo puts lube into his hand and works his fingers into my ass.
Hot! Oh, there she came out with seven jingling bells right out of the gate. Seven flaming bells, which is what we're aiming to rate our stories. You came right out of the gate with fingers up the arse. So
Right out there.
at least there was lube. Now you're going to be shocked at what I've picked because you know when
Okay.
you expect it. I wanted to highlight because I knew you thought I was going to go for the dirtiest parts.
Yes,
I
I did.
actually wanted to highlight in these ones just some of my, because aside from the heat, which is so there in our stories, we also working with really fucking talented authors. So I wanted to highlight just like some of my favorite moments this time. I
Oh,
thought this was
okay.
such a beautiful
She
moment.
went for the sweet.
I went for sweet today.
I see. Okay.
Okay, ready? Mine is also from Lust and Latka by Gabriel Torres. So it's a sweet part. It's snowing, I exclaim, grateful for the change in topic. I laugh and stick out my tongue, trying to catch snowflakes. I haven't caught snowflakes since I was a kid. Matteo copies my movements and tilts his head up to the sky. Wait, Aaron, he gasps. Don't move. There's a snowflake on your nose. Matteo reaches a finger towards my nose and taps it gently. We stay like that for what feels like an eternity, Matteo staring at me as I stare back at him. Then I feel his hands cup my head as he leans in and his lips press against mine. The world around us goes silent, and all that's left is me and Matteo, kissing in Belvedere Castle as the snow falls. One kiss can't be so bad, right?
Wow.
So cute.
Yes.
That moment
So
gives me
good.
so, like all the Heartstopper feels. You know, when you watch Heartstopper and you just get swept up in the cutie
Yes.
boy romance and the leaves are swirling artfully around. Such
I
a
love
beautiful
that.
scene.
You read it so well, too.
Oh, thank
I
you.
was in the scene. I was seeing them.
I
It was
I
good.
really am the fangirl of these stories. Like I'm just obsessed. And yeah, it's I every time I read Gabriel's, I'm just like transported to like I think I've watched enough movies that I can kind of vaguely patch together my romantic day in New York.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What was that movie? Dash and Lily?
Dash and
I don't.
Lily. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cute.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Super,
So
super
cute. That's
cute.
those are the vibes I feel when I read his story.
Yes. Dash and
Hmm.
Lily Cross Heartstopper is this story, but like
Yes.
X R-rated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adult R-rated holiday romance, which is like what we all
Yes.
needed. You know,
I agree.
we're all
I
grown up and
agree.
ready for the spicier stories.
It's true.
What's your
Okay.
next one?
Well, let's see if you can guess what it is.
Carries?
Well, hold on. Let's see. I'm going to read it
Oh,
and
you're
then you
gonna
can
read it. Okay,
guess.
go on,
Let's
go
see if
on.
you can get it.
I'm gonna get
Okay.
it.
Okay. Catherine closed the distance between them swiftly to cover Abby's mouth with her hand. Can we please not shout about masturbating in public? She whispered furiously in her ear. Abby tore her face away. We're in a sex shop called Master Gigadong. Uh, I, uh, we're in a sex shop called Master Gigadong. Where else can we talk about it? Seriously, Kat, can you even remember your last orgasm?
Oh my God, I wasn't prepared.
What is this, Melanie? What short story am I reading from?
Um, Angela is in fact reading from A Christmas Diddle for Catherine by Melanie Schubert.
It is so good though. Like
Oh,
every time, I swear, every time I read your next thing, it just gets better and better. And this one is just so freaking fun. Oh my god. Yes, and hot and empowering. It's like
oh my
great.
God.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
for
don't
reading.
blame you.
And I love that. Honestly, it's been a while since I read mine. It's just made me excited to go back and edit. I'm gonna
Yes.
quickly squeeze this one in. Actually, for Carrie's, I'm just obsessed with her opening, and so I want to read that part because I just feel like it's such a strong intro, so hot, so intriguing. So this one is entitled The Ugly Entitled. This one it's so entitled. This story thinks it owns everything.
And it does.
And
It
it
does.
does. So this one's titled The Ugly Christmas Sweater by Carrie Faye Herron. I was sitting outside a strip club in a minivan on Christmas Eve night. God, I'm going to hell. I looked down at my white-knuckled grip on the steering wheel. The flashing pink girls, girls, girls neon sign outside cast my hands in a bubblegum pallor every 2 seconds. The divot circling my ring finger glared back at me in judgment. the phantom outline of a dead marriage. I shoved my hands under my thighs and peered at the other vehicles in the lot. 3 cars, 3 other losers like me who had nowhere else to be. It's a sleigh.
Major slay. Major.
The
So
world is not ready for this book. Did you see that? I printed a photo and put it on this little pamphlet book.
that's adorable.
Jingle these bells, friends, coming November 11 this year. You can pre-order ebooks now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And with 3 minutes on the clock, speaking of glorious things of the earth, we have an amazing guest today. Do you want to read the bio?
Sure. Sure. We do have an amazing guest. Rebecca
Mm.
Danzenbaker believes in trusting your gut and chasing your dreams. That probably explains her massive career jumps, from teaching elementary school music to managing a team of 25 at Congressional Quarterly to running an award winning photography business to writing young adult novels. When she's not editing words or photos, she's either reading, hiking, sending memes to friends, volunteering, planning incredibly detailed travel itineraries, being a goofball on social media, or cheering on her husband and 2 children as they chase their own dreams. Soul Match is her debut novel, the culmination of 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears. She did it.
Girl, I don't know how you just read being a golf ball and kept a straight face instead of being a goofball. You just
Goofball.
powered through.
Being
You
a
were like, I've
goofball.
got 1 minute. I've got to get this out there.
Said golf ball who? Okay, we got things to read. Yes.
Got things to read, got amazing guests to interview. Another glorious episode. Well done. Your pussy is on fire with our guest bookings.
I feel it. I feel the flames.
Good.
How's it going?
Rebecca,
I was
good. You
just
look amazing. Yeah,
Thank
I was just
you.
getting in trouble. Yeah.
Oh no, I was like, what are you, what's going on?
Her mic has
It was,
been, it's a whole thing. We won't waste
yeah.
8 minutes on it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I love
Well,
your hair, Melanie.
Oh,
it
it
does look
honestly, if
good.
I do this, you'll see that I missed the roots, but I'm transitioning back to purple. It was like orangey before, but I didn't have
Okay.
enough color, so I'm glad it looks okay through the screen.
Yeah, it looks really cute. It looks great with your sweater.
Thank you. I love a little bit of
It
a goth
does.
vibe.
You're giving. You are giving goth
Oh,
100
guys.
billion percent. Yes. No, it's good. It looks good. And you look good too, Rebecca.
You.
I
Thank
love
you.
that red on you. I love your
Hmm.
hair's looking good.
I am letting the curls go. It's like so humid here in Virginia that I'm like, it's just a losing battle to try to straighten it every day. So I'm like, all right, I'm going with it. And I'm trying to wear red to all of these things because in my book, the main character wears red and white for most of the book. So I'm trying to dress the part. I'm
I
trying to
love
match the
that.
cover a little bit. Um,
Yes. That's
Okay.
genius.
we'll
Yeah.
see. I think
Genius.
later, like when I combine it all together, like it'll just look aesthetically pleasing. I don't know why I'm thinking about this stuff, but
No, you should be thinking about this. And you're a photographer, right?
yeah,
So you just have an artistic eye, so
I
it would make
try
sense
to,
that you think about that.
yeah, I try to think about like how it'll all come together. I don't
Yes. Well, and
know.
then it would be like, wow, she did everything in one day. You'll just be
I
wearing the
know.
same thing and be like,
Well,
everything was done. Every interview was done on
I
one
did have
day.
2 interviews today, so it was great that I only had to do makeup once because tomorrow there will be no makeup. The hair will be in a bun. I will be in PJs all day. It'll be lovely. But I was like,
That's
I only
good.
have to get everything ready once today. The curls are giving. I was like, okay, this is going to be great.
The curls are giving majorly. I have to ask, why would we straighten as a straight-haired
Uh,
girly? I'm like, why would we straighten those? They're perfection.
it's so much work.
Is that
Like, yeah, because they dry out and then you have to add oils and like more water and like constantly like crunching. I don't know. It's just so much easier if it's straight and then I can just like throw in a ponytail too and or whatever, like so I do like I think they're cute. Like I'm excited because I didn't even know I had curly hair. Like I thought I just had curly hair down back here growing up because I didn't know that like I just was brushing out the rest of it, like I didn't know what to do with it. And so then I joined TikTok and learned how to
Yes.
do my hair. I was like, oh,
Yes.
I actually
Oh
have
my
curly hair.
I love that. The power of social media, the power of
Yeah.
TikTok, sometimes it can be used for bad, but in this case, it was for good. And I'm happy to hear
Yeah.
that.
So funny.
No
That's
social media,
amazing.
just educating us over here. The number of times when I'm like, oh, I read somewhere, and I'm like, no, girl, you meant a reel. You saw a reel. You didn't read a like
Yes.
encyclopedia. Although honestly, these days I'm like, I feel like reels are more accurate these days than half the textbooks, you know? Like there's been a lot of
Yeah.
information since when we were in school, and I just feel some of those textbooks were lying.
Yeah, that's true. Especially like I grew up in Virginia, which is like on the Mason-Dixon line. And I still remember being taught things about the Civil War that I'm like, that wasn't right.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that something?
Yeah,
Do you
like
remember
what?
any fake news? I'm so curious about stuff like this. Like,
Well,
what did
yeah,
they
like
tell you that's not
definitely.
true?
Yeah, like definitely in high school, we were told that the Civil War was not about slavery. Like that was a
Wow.
fact that was taught to us, and then they would justified it in however they could justify it. So,
Isn't
Whoa.
that something? That
yeah,
is so wild. Because, like, I'm from California, so we
yeah,
learn vastly different.
I know. Well, here's also a little bit of context is that I went to Lee Davis High School, which is named after General Lee. We were the Lee Davis Confederates. And every time we scored a touchdown, they would run the Confederate flag down the field. And like even then, I knew it was terrible. Like even then, I was like, what is happening? But like, and then yeah, like my junior high was the Stonewall Jackson Rebels. So like it was a big Confederacy town. Like neither of those schools exist. Like their names were changed. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. Maybe like 6 years ago they were changed and there were petitions and I was writing in like I was embarrassed in 94. Like it's time, Like
Dude.
Insane. That
I
is
know.
insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Well, because I went to the first time I met you was at y'all what no, y'all
Yes.
fest.
Yes.
And first time, the only time in real
Yes.
life. But I remember walking around and seeing like some like Confederate statues around and I was just like I was flabbergasted. My
Yeah.
flabbers were gasted. I was
Mhm.
shook.
It
It's
is
so
wild sometimes, like how recent some of this history is. Like, I remember, like, I went to the queer exhibit in Melbourne and it was like a history of queer culture and everything. And I like literally broke down crying because I was reading a
wild.
sign and I was like, it wasn't that long ago. It like
Yeah.
some of the atrocities that were listed on that thing, it was like not even 20, not even 50 years
Mm.
ago. And I was just
Yeah.
like weeping because I was like, wait, like it's too close. It's too close,
Yeah.
which yes, we see how close it is these days. It's always only a whisper away. Sometimes it feels, but yeah, anyway, I'm always curious to hear the intricacies of these things because I think sometimes life keeps us so busy we don't think about like some of the roots of where it comes from. So I appreciate you
Mm,
sharing that.
yes.
Yeah, it's
It's so
wild. I
it's
mean,
fascinating.
thankfully, like my sophomore year, they built a new high school and we were just the Raiders and we
I
were
can
the
get behind that. I can get behind that.
I
Yes,
was like,
I'm here for
okay, I
it.
don't know, but it's much better than the Confederates. Like I was like, I don't like at least I don't have to graduate a Confederate, like my
Yeah.
older sister did. So
Dang.
Wild. Absolutely
I know.
wild.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
well, this is so interesting to learn about you and about our history here,
Yes.
which leads into more let's bring it into more fun, I suppose,
Okay. Okay.
conversation, which is what is the strangest thing you own?
Okay. So this was hard for me to answer because we purge a lot in my house. So we don't keep a lot. I'm not a knickknack person either. So I'm a photographer, so I have photos everywhere. And so I went digging into like my old box. And I think we can all agree that what would be strange is the inner musings of 9-year-old me. So I found my old journal
Oh my God.
And it is wild. She was a little bit of a whiny bee. Like I was like, friend, like just move on, okay? And kind of like me, she gets paranoid that people are talking about her. So there's some of that, like where I thought my sister was talking about me behind my back to my friends. And I was like, that's actually that continues today where I'll lay in bed at night. Like, were they talking about me?
Oh, that's
So, but yeah, like it was fun. I mean, thankfully there's only like 12 entries, but it is really cute to look through. It is amazing also and strange that this child grew up to become a published author because you would never know it based off of the writing styles of 10-year-old, 9-year-old Becky Danzenbaker, née Smith. So
Oh, how far you've come. Yes.
Yes. It just goes to show it was not an innate talent. It was a skill that I developed and worked hard on. Yes.
that's fact. Is
Yeah.
there like a line that stands out to you from the old journals?
Oh, it's just like, well, first of all, the spelling is horrendous. I was like, you know what? I was actually in the honors classes, so I'm really embarrassed by the writing. But it's just like, I like this book. I can write in it when I'm at school. Like, it's just really, it's rudimentary writing.
Adorable.
Glorious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
God.
cute. Yeah.
It's so freaking cute. I love that. I love that you found it and you still
I
have it
know.
too.
Well, I actually went digging because I used to have all of my notes from high school because we didn't have text messaging. We would fold up our paper notes like
Yeah.
really intricately and pass them in the hallways or pass them back, two rows. Like you'd turn to Johnny and be like, Johnny, pass that to Neil, like, and then Neil would pass it to whoever. So I had all of those in a bag at one point, and then I think I have a teenage kids now. I think I like started to go through them and I was like, oh no, they
Yeah.
can't read these.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
Gotta get rid of that evidence. Yes.
I
Get
was like,
rid of it.
and in the trash. But I thought I might have held on to them, but I didn't. Yeah.
Wait, what was in the notes? I don't know if we have this habit in Australia. Like we don't
Yeah,
like
it was
only in class.
Really?
You'll try slip a note, a sneaky note in class, but I wouldn't there wouldn't be like a thing of them. Was it like between classes you slipped notes? Or
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing your work in class, you would
Yeah.
just be writing a note to your friends about what happened at lunch or who talked to you in the hallway or what you're going
Aw.
to do this weekend. And then you would pass each other notes. And like with your really close friends, you would have a notebook that you would pass between classes. So you would just share notes in the notebook, and then there would be like a running like journal between the two of you.
That's so
Yeah.
cute.
And you did not want anybody finding those.
No. So
Those would ruin you.
yeah,
Okay,
would
well, I don't
you?
want to judge you right now, but at first I was feeling like, oh, why don't we have this cute habit in Australia? But I feel like that's why. In Australia, we'd be like, if somebody gets their hands on this, we're all screwed.
Yeah,
Because,
I mean,
like,
it's
I'm
kind of
sure the
like the
teacher would,
Regina George burn book,
yeah.
from Mean Girls. Except we weren't like talking about like other people and fugly bitch or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
We weren't doing any of that I remember. It was more of just like generic,
I
like,
like this boy.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's the
yes,
crush confessions.
a lot of who you had a crush on and how you can get them to look at you, like that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, see, also a closely guarded secret in Australia because I feel like you didn't tell anyone who your crush was because then inevitably the whole group would start liking them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
That
We
is
were ahead
true.
of the game, I think. I'm just gonna
Were you? I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to keep who I like a secret from you, Melanie. I don't want you
Oh
trying to
my
take
God,
my man.
I grew up with bitches. Like if you had a crush on someone, they'd be like, "Well, that's the perfect person for me to start dating."
Ugh,
We don't love that. We don't
hard.
love that. That is
Yeah,
hard.
it's hard.
Well, okay. You have shared with us this beautiful notebook with your amazing writing skills. You've mentioned how far you've grown,
Yeah.
but did you like know you always wanted to be a writer? Did it come later in life? Like, can you tell us a little bit about where it all started for you?
No, I mean, I've been a lifelong reader, head in a book, constantly growing up. The bookstore was my favorite place. Like, my mom would take us to the mall and drop me at the bookstore and take my two sisters shopping for clothes. And then they'd come back and she'd be like, I bought you this. I'm like, great. And then I'm like, can I get this stack of books? And she'd be like, pick one. And I'm like,
Aw.
so for me, like always, authors were kind of this like, they're like my celebrities. So I don't follow like real celebrities like actors and musicians. Like I follow authors.
Mm.
And I never imagined that I could be one. Like it just was not something that was ever on my radar. I was a music teacher. I taught elementary school music. Then I worked in the corporate world for 10 years. And now I'm a photographer. And like 10 years ago, I got the idea for a novel shortly after reading The Hunger Games. But it was always just one of those like things you joke about, like when I retire, I'm going to get a villa wherever or a mountainside chalet, and that will be my retirement plan, is I will write this novel. So it just never was something actionable either. Like my life was so busy and there was too much going on. And then, like a lot of us debuting nowadays, like COVID hit. I was a photographer. It was non-essential. I had to shut down my business for a few months, and my kids were preteen at the time. They didn't need a babysitter. So, and my husband was trying to keep his company afloat. So I just had all this time. And I was like, well, I always said I'd write this novel when I had time. And I was so bored. And so, and I was also having panic attacks for the first time in my life because, like, are we going to die from this thing? Like,
Right.
are we going to get groceries? Are we going to run out of toilet paper? So it was like, okay, I need to get my mind off of what's going on in the world. So I need a project. And this became my project. And I wasn't even writing it to publish it. I was just writing it to entertain myself and to do something. Like, I could not bake more bread. I could not paint more pottery. I was like, I need, like, something's going to take a long swath of my time. So I started writing, and I loved it. And now my book comes out in 8 days. So I am just like, still, it feels very surreal, like that I'm sitting here and 5 years later on the like chat with you. Like, what?
I
What just
love it.
happened?
I freaking love that. I honestly like it's amazing to just start this thing and then here we are getting to
Yeah,
celebrate you and you have the thing in your hand. And it's gorgeous, by the way.
yeah,
Uh,
so pretty.
note to everybody, it's stunning.
It
I
is
mean, look at
stunning. Oh
that.
my gosh. And she's thick. She is
It
thick.
is all.
She's
She
thick,
grew
yes.
by 25% after acquisition. So
Wow.
my editor had me add a lot to this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well, can you take us through that then? So once you wrote it, what did you do after that? Like, did
So
you?
after I wrote it, like through the process, I was sending a chapter at a time to my husband and my best friend, and they were loving it and super encouraging. And then I had people in my book club read it, and they were really encouraging. So I was like, okay, maybe I really have something here. Maybe I should look into publishing it. So I reached out to my friend Constance Sayers. She's the author of A Witch in Time, Ladies of the Secret Circus, The Star and the Strange Moon, and she had just published her first novel in 2020 before right before COVID struck. And I was like, and oh, and I should probably mention we were former colleagues when we worked together at Congressional Quarterly. So I knew her from that. We had a great working rapport, had stayed Facebook friends. So because she had been traditionally published, I reached out to her first and I was like, hi, I have this book I wrote. And I can only imagine now, like in my own shoes, like old friend reaching out, like I just hope I am as kind and receiving as she was to me. Like she was so like congratulatory, in awe of me, like that is so incredible. Like let's get on the phone, let's talk. She spent an hour with me on the phone telling me about the publishing business and her publishing journey. And let me introduce you to my agent. Y'all know how rare that
Wow.
is. So just the fact that
Yes.
she like heard my pitch and was like, I'll introduce you to my agent. I think you got something here. Like that was incredible. Like, and I didn't know how big of a deal that was. Like, I did not understand the publishing industry at all. Like, I was going into it like, this is going to be easy. I wrote a novel, people love it. I'm going to get a book deal. Yay. my mom's like, when are we going to get in print? I'm like, I don't know, like a year. Like, I don't know how long it
Right.
takes. And I didn't have an agent at that time, guys. Like, so anyway, I had another friend who actually helps authors write query letters. She helped me with my first one, and I started like sending it out. And I did send it to my friend's agent, but she doesn't rep YA. So she's like, it's great though. Keep sending it out. People are gonna scoop it up soon. And I was like, yay. And then like y'all, like a flood of like 60 rejections. Like it was just like, oh my God. It was so hard. And I was like, what? Like seconds would go by. You'd hit send and then like a minute later, I was like, no. And I was like, oh, I spent an hour on that letter. Like, what? I did all that research. So, so yeah, that was not fun. I gave up at that point, not like for all time, but I was like, I need a break. I was a shell of myself. I was n like, my
Mm.
personality was gone. I was sad all the time. Like, it was just, it felt so personal. I know they say it's not personal, but like when you put your heart and soul into a book and you just feel like this is like who I am in a book, like when people are rejecting it, it's like it feels personal, right? And so I was like, I need some time. My husband and my best friend were like, don't give up though. And I'm like, okay, I just need some time. But when I got back at it, maybe like a month later, I was like, I cannot, definition of insanity, continue to do the same thing, expecting different results. So I was like, what do I need to do differently? First, you need to join the writing community and actually like meet other authors and get their opinion on your work. So I did that. And that was invaluable advice. That was like the best thing ever to find critique partners. And then I also joined pitch writing groups. So I actually
Oh.
subscribe to a pitch group. Like there's this thing called Pitch to Publish. Kathy Verbeek is the one who leads it. It is expensive, but thankfully I didn't need it very long because once I got hold of actually how to pitch my book and prove to agents and eventually publishers, like, hey, this could make you money. So you should take a chance on it. Like, that's basically what the business is all about, convincing people they can make money off of your idea. Um, then things started happening and I started with like live pitching first to make sure my pitch was working. And like, I think I pitched live to 5 agents and got 4 full requests that day. So I was like, okay, it's
Wow.
working. And so then I started sending out query letters again. And within, I don't know, I think it took like 3 weeks to get an agent. Like it was pretty fast after that. So like once I'd nailed the manuscript, got rid of like the prologue, stuff that narrowed it down. It was over 100,000 words. Like I was like, gotta get it down on like things that I was hesitant to do before. Like I was like, let me fall in line. And then finally I got an agent. And then I was like, okay, now it's gonna be easy.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
It's not. It's never easy, guys. It's never easy.
No. And I was gonna
So
ask, I think I missed that. It was the book that you queried and got all those rejections for that you reworked and polished and cut the prologue, and that was the one you got your agent with?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That is the one that is being published. So my first novel, which is really crazy, wild, just like to get a book deal with your first book, but this is nothing like the original. I
Mm.
mean, it is. It's the same premise, the same characters. It has, it ends in the same place it's meant to end from the beginning, but the plot is immensely different. Yeah, so it was on sub for 20 months.
Okay.
It's dystopian. So we were at the point where we were ready to move on, and I saw Jill 2's announcement for The Dividing Sky with Joy Revolution, which is what he was
Yes.
with. And I actually had saw When Joy Revolution when they came about. Like I saw the announcement that they were building this and that they were going to be picking up like marginalized authors, but also like trying different stories, like new genres, things like that. And so I had a feeling that if Joy Revolution was picking up dystopian, that other publishers would kind of be like, what's going on there? And so my my agent's like, what do you want to do? And I sent her that, and I was like, look, this is dystopian, even though it wasn't called dystopian, and we didn't call mine dystopian,
Mm.
because it was like the bad word, it was the D word, and so we called it speculative romance. So then I was like, let's just do one more round, and within a month, I had a 2 book deal, and I don't know, I can't say for sure it was Jill's deal that got mine, but I do think it's because of Jill's deal that I didn't want to give up and that I was encouraged to be like, let's go. So, everyone, please read The Dividing Sky. It is phenomenal. It has several awards. Like, y'all have to read it just because I feel like I owe my publishing career to her.
Oh my, I have chills
Yeah.
just hearing that. And you guys were both featured in People magazine. Is that
Yes.
correct? Like, okay, you two are doing it. I freaking love it. I love
Yeah.
that we're bringing the D word back.
Yeah.
And it's a because dystopian is such a great genre,
Yeah.
and you two have both written these stories so well. You're both so talented, so it's fun seeing knowing that just seeing her inspired you to keep going, and
Yeah.
now you guys are both at so killing it. I
Yeah.
Yay.
freaking love this.
Yes.
Makes my
So
heart happy.
iconic. Is there something that surprised you through this publishing journey?
I mean, this is like you're gonna hear how naive I was. Like I literally thought I would have a book deal like right away. Like I had no idea the competition was this fierce. I had like there's hundreds of thousands of books are published every year. Like there can't be that many people writing novels. Like it just felt, especially because no, like other than Constance, I know where's Connie. I don't know any other published authors. So like it just seemed, and again, like to me, like authors are like this celebrity status, like ideal thing. And I was like, wow, I did this, you know? So that was a surprise to me. Like, and it surprised to me that I kept going, I guess. I mean, also like looking back, I'm like, well, yeah, of course you wouldn't quit. Like, I built a photography business. Like, that took 5 years too to be able to quit my job and move into that. So, I'm just used to the 5 year journey, I guess. I don't know. Like I wish it hadn't taken that long, but I'm also glad it did because I think you need resilience in this age, in this uh what's the right word?
Industry?
Industry.
Industry. I was like, not agency. Thank you. In this industry, you need resilience, you need persistence, you need to be dog-headed, you need to be flexible too. But yeah, you just have to keep going.
Like, you're getting ready to debut.
Yeah.
Okay, let me stress you out again. You have 8 days to go. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
how are you feeling
I'm
right now?
actually surprisingly good. And I can honestly say that because there have been times during the publishing, like during the past like couple of years where I've been going through developmental edits where I have not been able to sleep at night, where I'm like stressing constantly, not eating well. So there were points where I was very unhealthy because I was so nervous. I think what really like flipped the tide for me was the second I heard that Soul Match was picked for Indie Next. And I was like, okay, booksellers are vibing with my book. And that kind of takes the pressure off me because, like, I've been trying to create content. Nothing's gone viral. Like, I'll get 1,000 views on something, which is lovely. And I'm like, that, like, you put 1,000 people in the room listening to you talk about your book. Like, great, that's amazing. But I'm not getting like 1,000,000 views or 100,000 views or any of that stuff. So, like, I was like, okay, I can kind of relax. I'll let the booksellers do the work for me. They'll be talking about my book in their stores. I can also use that for marketing and like to talk up, like, yeah, like the American Bookseller Association thinks my book is going to do well. So you should read it because these people know books, you know? I think I learned that maybe like a month ago now, and things. I
Mm.
feel like for me, kind of just like calm down. My life also calmed down about a month ago. So that was really nice. There's just been a lot going on personally. Some of it great, some of it really not great. And I feel like as a family, we're kind of on the other side of a lot of that, where things are in at least in a nice holding pattern, where we can be like, okay, things are fine. And that I can actually celebrate this success and like be in the moment a little bit. So yeah, I'm doing really well. Thank you.
That's amazing to hear. And like that's the thing, like if you're looking after yourself, it doesn't have to all be one chaotic snowball. So it's nice to hear like doing all the self-care, getting the ducks in alignment. Now,
Yeah.
I do want to hear a bit more about this amazing book. Can you tell our
Okay.
listeners about it?
Okay, yeah. So Soul Match is set in the future, about 200 years after World War III, and it's in a time of peace. So I tell people it's kind of like America is part of Canada now, and everything's great. And the reason is due to this soul identification process. So on your 18th birthday, you have to report to the government to find out who you were in your past lives. And if you have a soulmate, there's some romance in there. And then if you're a good soul, you get your inheritance. You also can maybe get scholarships or career offers, things like that. But if you're a bad soul, you can get immediately taken to prison to finish a prison sentence that you haven't completed from a former life.
Mm.
So that's kind of like the premise of the book. My main character, though, is I feel like super relatable to pretty much everyone, not just teenagers. She has no idea what she wants to do with her life. She's just finished high school. She has no like specific interests or talents, like, or whatever. She's just like, someone just tell me what I'm supposed to do with my life. Like, I need someone to just tell me. And that's what the soul identification process is supposed to do because you carry your talents with you from life to life. And she's like, it would just be great to know. And I just need those clues. So she's very much looking forward to going in and figuring out who she is.
Oh my God. This sounds like a ride up my alley. I'm
Yay!
obsessed with this. Very actually the book I've got on sub at the moment is like soul love, past life love. So I'm very
Oh, there you
invested in
go.
this concept and I love that you've put it in a dystopian world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I need to read it
Me
immediately.
too. Yes, it's brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's
because
such a like you can't stop reading it.
where are you? Oh, you're right at the top. There's Angela's quote.
See,
She was
I
also,
endorse this book.
Oh
she
my
does.
I
God,
Yeah.
that's
endorse
so
it.
full circle.
So when I started reaching out for author blurbs, like Angela was the first one that I reached out to because we've been TikTok friends forever, and she's just like the best. Like you have the best energy of like
Thank you.
anyone on social media. Like I want everyone to follow you, and you were the first person to say yes. So I immediately burst into tears because I was like, no one's gonna want to blurb my book. So I was like, okay, I got one. And then you were also the first person to like send me the quote and I'm like, it's real. I got an author blurb from one of my favorite authors because I'm like obsessed with your book. So it was so special to me. So thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you for the opportunity because it's so good and I just know this book is just going to be well, the indie booksellers already agree. So we all can agree this book is just going to be everywhere. So I'm honored to have gotten to read it early and gotten the chance. So no, thank you for letting me. And it's truly like the author endorsements, author blurbs are so kind of scary
Mhm.
to do, and so like I'm always just like I know that feeling because I always get very sweaty before I have
Yeah.
to ask, and so
Yeah.
when as soon as you ask, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh. I'm doing it.
Oh,
Again, like it's one of those things where I'm like, I can't wait to kind of like pay it forward, you know? And I'm excited. No one's asked me yet. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get a flood now, aren't I? Because I'm
yes,
talking about it on podcast. But
yes,
like it's something I definitely want to pay forward because I'm so appreciative. Like, and the fact that I'm friends with all five of these authors means so much to me. Like, these are my friends' names on a book, not just like authors whose books I love, but like people that I consider friends. So that's great. Like I just it's awesome. Like if you want anyone's name on your book, it's got to be people you care about, right? And you're like, "Oh, they're the best," you know, that you'll just like you love like having conversations with friends like, "Let me tell you about my friend Angela and all of her amazing books." So like, you know, it's just like
yes.
you don't know how often like your name comes up in conversation. I'm like, "Are you following Angela on TikTok? Because you need to go follow this lady."
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, please tell everyone you know, please.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I love that. Well, okay, back to your beautiful book.
Okay.
What is there anything that you hope readers take from this, or anything you'd like them to know, maybe even before they crack open the spine?
First, it's really fun. This is not literary fiction. I mean, I think it's smartly written, and I've worked hard to like make it as nicely written as it can be, but it's a quick read. And I think that you will be very entertained by it. I think you will swoon over the romance, or at least I still do. And I've read it a million times. Like I still find it very entertaining. But I think for the takeaways, like there are two major ones. I think, first of all, my main character, for as incredibly intelligent and savvy as she cannot win alone. She thinks of everything in terms of like a chess game and how the players are on the board and the pawns and everything, which is part of how the match gets in there, like chess match, soul match. That's one of the interpretations of the words that fits, but um she's so smart, but she can't win without a team. You can't just have the queen on the board facing the entire opposite side and have her win. So she needs to build a team she can trust. And I feel like that is so similar to life in general. Like we have to surround ourselves with people who are going to lift you up and support you. And I could not have published this book alone. And that was another surprising thing, by the way, was like writing is not solitary by any means. You can't win, you cannot succeed at this without a huge team of people who are being like, we're going to support you and this book. And that blew my mind too. But the other, I think the biggest takeaway for this is that no one can tell you who you are.
Mm.
Only you know your own soul. So we just have to figure it out. And that is what being a human is. It is we grow, we learn, we start here and we end or we get to the middle, and this is the middle, right? And then imagine where I'll go from here because this doesn't exist anymore. I don't recognize this person at all. This is not me. This was somebody that I was like, "Oh, you're adorable." Like, I mean, I guess I see some pieces of me and but still like we're evolving constantly by the day. We're learning and growing and so that was a really long answer, but
That's
you
perfect.
just have to figure it out. You're constantly going to become who you're meant to be, right? So,
Beautiful.
Mm.
Beautiful.
I
Yes.
loved all of that so much. I see we're down to like our last minute. So I
okay.
want to quickly ask you our favorite question, which is looking back at all you've accomplished, is there something you wish you could have told the girl with the notebook?
Keep reading. I mean, she did. So I'm grateful for that because that has influenced, like, I poured everything I love, like every trope that I love, every plot device, like, it's all in there. I think I would just tell her that you don't have to keep overthinking so much. Like, just roll with it. Everything's gonna work out. Like, everything's gonna work out. And sometimes, it's not going to be great, but you're going to learn from that and you're going to move on. Like you're going to make mistakes, but it's okay. Like,
Yes.
yeah, we're all going to be
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
love that. So it's going to cut us off any second. Thank you so much for
Okay.
joining us. I could have listened to
Yeah.
you speak all day. But
It
yeah,
was so fun. Thank
cannot
you
wait.
so much. I was thrilled
No, thank
when you
you.
invited me. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
The pleasure is ours, honestly. We are so thrilled for you.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are the best.